Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is a story time video. In fact, I've even got some tea. Yes, I have a cup of tea. Hang on. Tea. So, this is a story about my first shopping experience with Beauty Bay. Now, you're probably thinking, what in hell deserves a whole video because it's just shopping with Beauty Bay? Now, for those of you that don't know, Beauty Bay is an online company in the UK. They sell things like Ofra, Violet Voss, Anastasia Beverly Hills, some of the really beautiful high-end brands, but they also do affordable ones like BH Cosmetics, indie brands. There's some really great products on their website. Now, when I first, about a year ago, started getting into makeup in the way that I have done over the past 12 months, I wanted to purchase myself some makeup brushes, and I watched a couple of videos on YouTube and wrote down a couple of names of some brushes which I thought were going to suit my personal eye shape and things like that, just off some recommendations that I had. And that's a video I still haven't filmed, and I promised you that I would. Yeah, I bought them from Beauty Bay because I had never been on their website before, and I went on and it said, oh, well, you get 10% off your first order or 5% off your first order if you sign up to our newsletter. So I signed up to the newsletter and got the discount off my first order. They offer a really great service where you can pay for next day delivery, or you can have it sent to a shop. It's a service we call in the UK Collect Plus, or Click and Collect, and you can send it to a separate location, and if it's on your way home you can just pick it up, and you don't have to worry about, you know, coming here like to your house when you're not there and having to go to the post office to pick it up later. So I went to the so I got a text message to say that my parcel had arrived at my local corner shop for me to pick up. And I was really excited. After work I went up there and I had the strangest conversation I've ever had in my life. So I was expecting a very, very tiny box, and I showed the cashier my online receipt to say that the box had arrived, and they said, ah, yes, we've been waiting for you. I went, excuse me? They said, You've caused chaos. And I said, what do you mean I've caused chaos? Well, all this is for you. And they, no word of a lie, presented me with a sack. A great big, I wish I took a picture of the sack, a blue sack of parcels. Now, my instant thought was, this is a mistake. Like, this is a mistake. I have not ordered all these. And I started looking at the boxes. They were all from Beauty Bay and they all had my name on them. There was about, from first glance, I would have said 8 or 9 boxes in this thing, and they were all orders and they were all different weights, and I'm standing in the shop and I'm causing chaos because it's just a corner shop and there's people waiting to be served. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Have I fallen asleep and like just gone crazy on their website and ordered loads of stuff? Have I made an error and like just ordered loads of random stuff, like not without realising? Like, has my cat sat on my computer and been shopping online for me? I just could not work out what had gone on. Now, it is only about, I would say, 500 yards, maybe a bit further from my house to the corner shop. It's not too far, but I really, really struggled to get the sack with my normal shopping that I picked up from town on my way home back to my house, and I was freaking out because I did not know what had happened, and my other half was going to go nuts when he saw me come home with a sack of boxes. So I've got videos of all of the boxes, which I will insert as we go on, so you can see what happened. But basically, I came home and I said to my other half, I said, I just ordered like one thing and they've given me all this. So we laid out all the boxes, and then I opened them all up and very quickly realised that there must have been a printing error at Beauty Bay, where they had actually reprinted my label, my name, my delivery details, onto, I think it was about 9 or 12, between 9 and 12 boxes. Like I said, I'll insert the pictures below, or at the end of the video. 9 or 12 boxes of other people's customers' orders. So although it had my details on the outside of the box, other customers' details were inside the box. And these people had spent some big money. Like, some of the orders were, I would say, in the region of like £100 to £150 of cosmetics. Jeffree Star, there must have been a sale on or something and I've missed it, I didn't even notice. Yeah, but there was loads of like Jeffree Star products, lots of incomplete orders as well, which was really distressing, because I was thinking, not only have they made such an awful error in sending me all these other people's orders, they've actually not fulfilled these people's orders properly either. And I was just like, this is atrocious. Like, I am never buying with this company again. Never. I mean, not only have they accidentally shared everybody's personal details with me, like their name, address, how to contact them, and I was just like, I just don't get it. I don't get how they could be so stupid. So I emailed them. I couldn't find a telephone number. They didn't seem to have a telephone number. And I said that there's a problem with my order, and that I wanted them to get in contact with me urgently. Now, my other half said to me, don't bother contacting them. Just wait and see if they contact you, and whether because otherwise you can just keep all this stuff. And I was like, I can't. As a person who works in retail, I just couldn't bring myself to be that dishonest. So I had to contact them. I couldn't not do it. And I contacted them, and they said they sent me a message back basically saying, we don't have a phone number, what's the problem with your order, can we help at all? And I said, well, you've accidentally sent me some items that don't belong to me. And they were like, okay, is there any way you can send us a picture or what have you? So I sent them a picture of the boxes. Now that took them about a week just for those 2 messages. Needless to say, it took them half an hour to then respond back to me once I sent them the picture of the boxes of all the customers' all these other customers' details. So I sent them a picture of all the boxes and then a picture of each individual invoice, with all the customers' details on the invoices, and they phoned me up instantly saying they didn't have a telephone number. Not true. They obviously have a phone. They phoned me and wanted to get me to send all the items back at my convenience as quickly as possible. Now, I said that they could pick them up and I wasn't going to do anything because I've already been put out. I've had to carry it all. I've had to do all this emailing. I've had them sitting in my lounge for nearly a week, waiting for them to get back to me. And they only really cared once they realised the value of the returns was going to be several £100s. So I said, okay, what do you want me to do? And they sent me, I had to repackage each individual box with a separate different returns code with my details and the customer's details and all that sort of stuff in every single box. So when it got back to their return centre, they would be able to process it properly. then they basically said to me, in return for doing this, they would give me 5% off my next order. Now, I work in retail, and I know you shouldn't expect you shouldn't have to expect somebody to give you something in return for them making an error. But as I was a very honest person and that I saved their business, not only the embarrassment of me not having to go to the FCA, which is the business that deals with data protection breaches, so that's the governing body for it. I didn't go to them and tell them what they'd done. I didn't go to them. I saved them that embarrassment and also returned all the goods that they had sent me. I would have thought that more than 5% off my next order, considering I never wanted to purchase from them again, was a justifiable response to the way that they had treated the situation that I'd found myself in. They continued to apologise, and they said that they couldn't really do anything else. They didn't have the facilities to do anything else, or to, you know, give me any products for free or anything like that. All they could do is give me 5% off my next order. Very cheeky, if you ask me. Now, I did use my 5% discount to get some other items. I think it was an eyeshadow palette from Morphe when it came on, that I've been waiting for like over a year, and they got it before anyone else, so I had to get it. I think it was the one that Zoella advertised, the Fall Into the Forest 35F palette, which was out of stock for ages last year. So when that arrived, I ordered that. But I don't tend to try and order off them very often, because I am very dubious about their customer relations and how they process customers' details. And I mean, I know mistakes happen, but that was a horrifically bad, huge mistake to make. They are very lucky that I was a very honest person. I could have contacted all the people involved and told them that their goods would not be arriving, and their items were as far reaching as Australia. I mean, there were, you know, all these lovely people who had ordered in good faith were never going to get their items, because not only had they sent them to me, they had actually messed up the orders as well. Like, there were, I think there was like, in some orders there were like £30 worth of things missing, and there's no visibility of people's experiences on their website of what it's like to shop with that company. Like I said, I am very dubious when I order with them. I've only done it 3 or 4 times since, and that is just because they do tend to have the slightly better sales. I'm not a brand loyal person, in the sense that I'm not loyal to one company. I'll go where I can get the best deal, but it does make you think, you know, how a company can be so careless with your personal details. And they were very quick to recuperate their expenses at my cost, and they were very what's the word I'm looking for, persistent. Once they had sent over the details of how I can send all the items back, they wanted me to do it quite quickly. And unfortunately, I work full time. I don't have time to come home and sit and repackage 12 different boxes with orders and make sure I get the order numbers correct in a particularly quick, timely manner. I just did not have the time to facilitate that, and the fact that it was all taking up so much space in my house. I'll link all the pictures now, see what you think, see whether you agree with me, whether it had been handled in the right way or not. But yeah, there's just a little juicy story for you. So guys, if you like this type of video, give this one a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Oh, here's the pictures. Bye.